Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to all bosses for monthly Queller EQ for December. This is going to be Kings of the Jungle, and the first boss is going to be Luke Cage, which in my opinion is the worst boss of all of this month's EQ. So he's going to be unblockable because of armor assault whenever he will have an armor up on him, but you can remove that armor by using any champions with a lot of crits. Whenever you will crit, and if he has an armor up, the armor will absorb the crit. He will take zero, Luke Cage will take zero damage, but it will remove the armor. And then there's going to be Slap Me Not. So if you're gonna Fate Seal, Nullify or anything him, there's gonna be unstunnable for 10 seconds. And apart from that, there's also Fight or Flight. So he will get unstoppable if you're near him at the end of 12 seconds, but if you're far away from him, you will get unstoppable instead. Now, having said that, I would say there are plenty of different options you can use. I'm going to just use a She-Hulk here because I will use the slow mechanic. You can use other champions as well. Hyperion is also a really good one here. All you can do is to stay away. Just be careful on the timing on Fight or Flight. Just make sure he doesn't get unstoppable. Even if he gets unstoppable, you can stay back and you can just throw your SP1s, and the SP1s will melt him away with the Incinerate. Another good one is going to be Elsa Bloodstone. With Elsa Bloodstone, you can just use her evade mechanic, and even through unblockable, you can evade with that revolver, so he works really well. Next up is going to be a Tigra with Power Shield, Stampede and right back at it, Arrogance and Use It or Lose It. So you will have to use your power within 6 seconds as soon as you get it, otherwise you will lose 20% of your bar of power. Do not knock her down, because if you knock her down, all the debuffs will be removed. And also there's Arrogance, so every 10 hits on the 11th hit you will have a falter on you and it will cause you to miss. And also Power Shield, she will only take damage from special attacks, not taking damage from basic attacks. So having said that, the obvious choice here is going to be your Human Torch. So you can use him, or other champions that have easy access to slow, you can use them as well. Champions that can bypass Arrogance, the Mist will work really well here. You can also use Daredevil, he bypasses the Mist totally. You can also use Falcon here, so it's quite a few different options that you can use to get through this fight, but the best one will be Human Torch because he does not have to knock her down, and with that the debuffs are gonna stay on her. So use champions that do not need to knock Tigra down, and then you can kill her off. Just keep her to an SP1. Next up is going to be a Yondu, which is all about like your 7.3.2 Cosmic CGR fight. You need a champion that can shrug off debuffs. The more debuffs you have on yourself, because of insult to injury, you will get your ability accuracy reduced, so you won't be able to parry, you won't be able to apply bleeds, or all of that stuff. So either use bleed immune champions or use champions that can remove shrug off. So because the abilities of Yondu are enhanced by 200%, you try to parry him. Because of ability accuracy reduction, you won't be able to parry, and his light attacks will have 200% extra chance to give you bleeds, and the bleeds will really melt you away. So the best way is to use champions, somebody like Mole Man, like Kingpin, like Aegon with some combo built up. Use them and you can shrug off the debuffs. even the non-damaging ones, or you can bring in champions that do not need to parry at all. Like for example, you can use Hyperion and just spam your SP1, or even Cosmic Ghost Rider, bleed immune champion, so you can work around this fight easily. It's much more easier. I still think the hardest boss in all of this EQ is going to be your Luke Cage. The rest are pretty straightforward, so quite a few different options to deal with Yondu, so I hope it helps you out. For 2.2, the boss is going to be Quake with dizzy, evasive maneuvers, failure to launch, make a stand, and also hard knock life. So again, you're gonna get a lot of disorient debuff on you while you swipe back, or if she evades. And if she evades and you have a true strike on you, you evade fails, you will give her some power, unless you're using a skill champion. So use a skill champion and it will help you out. You will mitigate the power gain, and then you can easily take out Quake. I would suggest you to always try to push her to an SP2, and it is a relatively easy boss. I am going to use a Mole Man here. You can use a Falcon also Elsa Bloodstone, Kingpin, Shang-Chi. Try to use your skill champions just to make this fight easier. You don't have to worry about the extra power gain, although you can use it to your advantage as well. And also you will have to knock her down to remove the protection on her. So pretty straightforward, pretty regulation fight. Just don't let her build up those aftershock charges on you, otherwise you'll be stunned. It will get quite a lot of damage, but again, it's one of the easier bosses of this Cavalier EQ. And then on chapter 3.1, there is going to be a Nick Fury with tactical adjustment, under pressure, and also surge protector along with clapback. Now the main one here is going to be clapback. So if you're going to bring in champions that apply either bleed, poison, or plasma, or any one of those buffs, cold snap, they should be immune themselves to it. So for example, champions like Sunspot will work really well here, or Magneto will work really well. Although with Magneto you will need 1 point in Coagulate Mastery to be 100% immune to bleed, but he can work as well. Same goes with, you can use for disorient debuffs because of under pressure. You can bring in Apocalypse because he's immune to those. So again, try to use a mutant champion here, so you can just bypass the tactical adjustment node. You don't give him much tactical charges, and you can play around with it. Now you will notice I do have a Red Hulk synergy here, and I noticed later that there was a clapback, so I take quite a lot of damage from that. But if you don't use your debuffs and you just play normally, you can easily take out Nick Fury. It's not a difficult fight. Just keep pushing him to an SP2, and then when his LM life model decoy is destroyed and he gets into his second life, make sure to have an SP3, and when he gets down to 30% again, just use your SP3 and that should be enough to kill him off. Again, just bring in the right champions and you should be able to take him down easily. And finally, we're gonna have the chapter 3.2 boss, that is going to be Kraven the Hunter. He is going to be the uh, new character for this Cavalier EQ. Now for him, the most important thing is his root mechanic and also mighty charge here. So you will have to do some reparries, or you have to go back in a wall and just parry his light attack, or you can fight very close with him and you can just parry his light attacks. Now the best way to deal with root is either use a champion that can throw specials easily, so Hyperion will work well. You can also use champions like Kingpin and also Venom, who have good reach on their specials. I just use Corvus here because I had 4 charges on him and he took him down really easily. Moldman also works. Any champion that can remove debuffs, non-damaging demons will work. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The chapter by chapter will come as soon as well, so stay tuned to the channel, and apart from that, I hope you all have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.